What's up, guys? Welcome to another week, and today is April 7th. Yes, today is April 7th. I need to start getting my days right. And today is Monday, and we are going at it again. Weekends are for me, they're for reflecting and going over the previous week's journal. That's why you should always journal, guys. If you're not journaling, you don't know what you're missing. So, there's no way to, I think I've shared in earlier videos, there's no way to improve without reflection, especially when it comes to trading. It applies to everything else in life, and you really need that. When you're driving, you need your mirrors, you need a feedback loop. So, and then also to do the mental work, like do some deep work sessions, look at your model. If it's good, how can it be better? How can you keep being good? You get, if it's bad, what can be corrected? So that's by the way. I got off to an early start. I have taken a trade today. My setup from today. Yes, that is why I took a trade today. Because some of you will be like, already, like, how are you taking a trade and it's just Monday morning? Yeah, if my setup forms on Monday morning, I will take it anyway. So, yeah, I'll go and show you guys what that's about shortly. Yeah, I think that's about right now. So, catch you guys later. So, here we are, guys. Today's trade is on GBP CHF. Today there's actually no news, so for trading the lower time frames, it's not very nice because you need volatility. But since I trade the higher time frames, that's not really much of a problem because it's all about probabilities. Right now on the lower time frame, you can see it created a 4-hour fair value gap here. And it also now swept this low, like you would say the context low of the 4-hour fair value gap, which is right here. Fine. So I needed more confirmation, right? Because normally I would have gone to 15 minutes and gotten an entry. Now I don't know, maybe this was weaker because Euro CHF actually traded into the 4-hour fair value gap. But that's not what I need here. I need more confirmation. So I waited for a 1-hour fair value gap and I entered here. And that's that. So right now I'm just waiting for price to do its thing. So I really took the weekend to study about consolidations and how to avoid them. That's what I'm still trying to look through because see something like this. This one I expect a daily. Now this daily candle now, you could say, oh, this should maybe it could become a breakaway gap and just go up. But how are you sure? How are you sure that's going to happen? Or how can you tell, like, increase the probabilities? So I noticed that if it starts sweeping the previous day's high in this case, then you should be worried. And for you to get confirmation to go higher, you need something on the 4-hour. There is no 4-hour fair value gap here, as you can see. If I went to the 1-hour for entry, yes, you see a 1-hour fair value gap, yes, you see a 1-hour, but this is likely not going to hold. As you can see, it might not hold because this is how the trade I took on Thursday. This is basically how I lost. I had to study all that to see how you couldn't repeat again. So that's it for the trade, guys. Let's see how this pans out, and I'll be back when it does. Good morning, people. We are here on Tuesday, rather. And yesterday's trade, yeah, this is what happened yesterday's trade. We got smacked by a very long wick. A long wick I did not see coming. So the price still stored down FIR and then took us out here. And today, let me just come making it even waste time. Today now, taking a trade here, buying card JP1. The idea lined up for me personally, sweeping the month's low. So I'm expecting price to, and then with this long week, expecting price to go upwards from this fair value gap. Well, it did not respect it, but then price is respecting the swing low there. So I entered expecting this to reject and take price up. But yeah, so far price is close to my stop loss. So yeah, that's what it is for this trade. Did what I could, and the rest is up to the market to decide. By the way, from yesterday's trade, I reduced my risk to 0.4%. So I'm not risking 1% anymore because I've already gone down to like -3 points. So adding to the loss on GBP CHF price, I think the account should be like maybe -3.6 or something. So yeah, we have to manage our risk accordingly. So this is the trade for today. Let's see how it pans out. I'll be back. So guys, we're back, and as you can see, you know the drill now. Come here, explain, find a reason to take a setup, and chop SL. Everything seems to be going well. We didn't miss anything now. Like, this is just a regular schedule. Oh well. Till next time. How's it going, guys? Today's Wednesday and we're back again. So so far we have had 2 losses this week, Monday and Tuesday, but I've still been going around trying to, understand the process more, make corrections and all that, despite losses being part of the game. But yeah, losing streaks are not fun. Losing strings, damn. So today we have GBP card. By the way, I've been watching this pair, then just in the middle of my breakfast basically, and trading started shouting because I set an alert. Actually started setting alerts, yeah, so because I'm not a robot, and I just snuck onto the pair. So I'm selling here currently, yeah. This is a monthly fair value gap, by the way, but we have this daily. We would need like a daily fair value gap, in like a bullish daily fair value gap, to consider going bullish or going up. So for now we are still bearish here. We have a 1 hour fair value gap here, but yeah, that's a long way away. But I don't know, price tends to do what it wants to do sometimes. So, but there are 2 15-minute fair value gaps, one here and the second one. This is the one we are entering from, and we will just watch and see how this goes. Yeah, for dollar has, okay, we finished from the weekly, then we have a daily fair value gap, but it wasn't like the most probable ones. It's not the most probable ones because of this this candle coming back was like pretty steep. So I was expecting like, okay, another 4 hour fair value gap, which we are getting right now. So that's good. So yeah, buying EU will also look good. So likely today I might engage twice in the market. I might take 2 trades today. So let's see how it goes. GBP card is already there. Then we potentially have let me show you EU. It's clearer on dollar. GBP USD is weaker. Let me check if it's still weaker or something has changed. Yeah, I would say it's, I don't even know. I think price has reached the monthly target, so it could consolidate. It might not, like, I don't know, it might just consolidate here, because if this candle closes like this, then yeah, could just do that. So pretty much maybe either will be fine, GBP USD, but I will still take Euro USD because that's the clearest one for me. You can see the 4 hour fair value gap there. So if we get something on the 15 minutes indicating the change in structure, they were good to go. But for now, this is our trade. So let's see how this goes. I'll catch you guys later. What's up, guys? We are at the end of the day, and as you can see here, I've gotten our first winning trade in a while, but we didn't win this trade. We didn't, like, basically we lost nothing today. Today is a break-even day, but we're not in this trade, and let me explain why. So right, so I was going to look at multiple pairs today, so that's where the issue started from. So it was just a bit of trying to preserve the risk and choose the better one. So analyzing this pair did tick all my boxes, like it was good, but my worries were this weekly fair value gap here, and the monthly fair value gap is coming from, but I knew that price was not ready to move from that monthly fair value gap. Well, not yet, until maybe it took this previous day's low, which it did. But then the second trade was I was looking at dollar, and I was expecting dollar to sell. Dollar did also set up, like initially at the beginning of the day I wanted to trade dollar, but because dollar did not set up yet, that's when I now looked at GBP card. So dollar now did set up, and I was like, okay, this from here to here looked really nice and all that. So I did now find a setup on Euro USD. So I was now in on both of these trades, shared risk to two of the trades. As you can see, Euro USD reached the context high, but I also got out here around 0.5, where this line is, like around 0.5 hour. That's where I hopped out of the trade. Why? I'll tell you why. So this is the dilemma now. I had to pick between the two, because at the time when this was happening here, okay, look at here, Euro USD, right? Then let's go to like Euro card. Euro card was also here, so it was not looking like these pairs were positively correlated, like they would move the same. And I now had to do my research, go online, and they were showing me 80% correlation, blah blah blah. So that made me a bit worried that, okay, because I was selling GBP card and I was buying Euro USD, that doesn't mean that inevitably one of them is going to lose, which is not really ideal. So I now had to look through both of them, and favoring dollar, because the whole move on DXY, I expected price to just run down and take this. That is what I expected, and the reason why I expected that, and that made sense to me until I now remembered, or rather somebody pointed out to me. I had to check the news calendar for the week, and I now noticed, okay, there was FOMC meeting minutes, and that's not the actual FOMC, so I wasn't bothered. I did not look at the next day, seeing that it was CPI tomorrow, and the day before CPI and USD tends to do this thing. It will not expand so much, it will just like short-term lows and highs, then start ranging and proving here, because after this fair value gap, price should try and create another fair value gap with another expansion candle, but it did not do that. Even on the 1 hour time frame, it did not do that. So the moment I saw that, I now closed my trade here, because I was like, it's most likely going to go all the way down and take this and consolidate until news release tomorrow, right? So if I had that context earlier, I would have closed EU and I would have left GBP card to run, because this was just smooth. This was smooth. It lingered around the entry a bit, when a bit of drawdown, but eventually when it started moving, it just moved. So that's what happened. So today I closed this at break even. When I closed, this price was around here, so I lost nothing on this trade. Then EU, I told you, minus 0.5 hours. So I really wish you should always check your news lineup for the day, because I would not have traded the USD pair. I would have favored the cross pair, which is GBP card. You understand? And at the time I even went as far as looking at correlations here. To this one was also ranging. If USD card was clearly going down, I would have been like, okay, that means GBP card is fine. Worst case scenario, I would have left the two trades to run, but I was worried that both of them will move in one direction. You understand? So that's I will still journal my trades. You can see the two of them here. Two of them were up here on active trades, and yeah, I've just been doing some studies, so testing some things out, and so far it's looking interesting. So I'm still going to keep forward testing. That was what really prompted me to try and look at more than one trade because it's kind of like forward testing practice for me. And yeah, that's the end of trading for today. Catch you guys tomorrow or next whenever there is a setup. What's up, guys? We're back. Today is Thursday and we are here with our trade for the day. Ignore that was just speculation. Our trade for the day is here in Euro AUD. And let me go about why this trade is done. This is, first of all, this is one of the biggest stops I've ever done. This is 237 pips, guys. I decided to take this one, and then why my risk to reward is 2.8, because I had to use the lowest lot size 0.01 for this trade, and my stop loss is like I think it's like 0.3 something percent instead of 0.4. So I, like, if I want to increase it, I had to be like all the way down here. You get, maybe I will just put it like that and leave it for, yeah, I think I'll just do that. But my stop only needs to be below this low, and I don't need to take all that loss. So I just put my TP to reach my normal 2-hour target. You understand? Because if I put it down here, I'll be getting below what I'm supposed to get, since I'm not risking up to. So it's better I risk less and aim for more than for me to risk more and risk losing more and putting my stop, like squeezing it up here. You understand? Then I've already taken an L today, and that was a mistake. I was trying to take this trade and I took the wrong trade, and I took the wrong pair. I took a trade on the wrong pair. I didn't look, so I took an early loss, a partial loss, not a total stop loss, of course. Price was happening to move fast at the time, and I took the, and before I could turn, I'm like, oh wait, what's going on? So here I am, still going on for the day. Yeah, so that's about it. Today we have CPI on dollar, and dollar is going lower. It was looking like it wanted to go higher, but it's going lower. So I don't know what CPI, we'll watch and see what CPI does. Maybe CPI will, I don't know. You can never know for sure, because I expected yesterday for it to go lower from here, but it ranged, as you can see, and then reversed, went all the way up. I don't know what I was looking for. Maybe to this gap. Then still had the 4-hour fair value gap here, which I marked because I was like watching out, just marking it up to see maybe if it wants to go higher for the daily high. But it created a 1-hour fair value gap lower and started going lower. So we'll see what happens after CPI. CPI is like 8:30 New York time in the morning. So catch you guys later when the trade hits. What's up, guys? We are back. Today is Friday. Yeah, and it's been lots of cool weather, which is cool, literally. Actually prefer that to the heat. So we have a trade of taking today. An update on the trade from yesterday is, oh man, come on, we are in profits, and I think it's, I don't know, yeah, I think I explained why this is 2.8 instead of 2 hour, but we are in profit and TP is possible. So we have reached conditions to establish break even. So I did break even here, and I did get into another position here since I wasn't so exposed on this trade. So got into another position there, and the stop was here. Then we were so far so good in summary. So today's trade is on Eurocard, and we are still buying. It's the entry on this trade. This is my paper trading, by the way, so sorry for the many lines, just going to have to deal with that. So it's been bullish, and we still had the weekly high to take out this one here. So this week really did a lot of work, and I anticipated it to go, but now my TP is a lot further than that. It's going, almost reaching the next highs, which are these monthly and relatively equal highs there. And while trading higher from this 4-hour fair value gap, which It has tapped the high of that, but I want to see price like keep expanding, creating new fair value gaps. That would be nice. So where the entry is not the best, it's not what I would have liked, because okay, this is what happened. I entered at the creation of the fair value gap here, because from experience, like I've noticed price may give signs of not wanting to come all the way down to the fair value gap, right? So it's not like it's a case of FOMO. Is just how I've been doing. If you noticed some of my older videos, I've been doing it like that sometimes. So I judged with this long wick. I noticed when the tech candle makes like a long wick, actually like in buy side now, a long wick on the downside, it likely means it's not going to like calm down. It just wants to go up because of price action on the lower time frame. But in this case, I've now learned that if there is a long wick down and up, that means it's consolidation. Which would still allow for price to trade lower into the fair value gap. You get me? So is no experience is wasted for real. So if I had entered like here, it's because of spread. Maybe let's put it there. Stop loss here. Then my TP would have been a lot closer. Would have been like here. You understand? Which is like what happened on this other trade, because I took my trade, then I now placed this other one to see what will happen. Like, okay, if it's not going to just run, if it comes back, let's see what I could have caught, that kind of thing. So that's the trade for today. While looking at the two trades, no other trades for this week. We'll just be managing them till stop loss or take profit. Yeah, but it's looking good. We started the week kind of crazy, so let's see if we end the week good. Catch you guys soon. What's up, guys? So we are back, and yeah, I'm just going to summarize things from here, being the end of the week. So how did this trade go? This trade hit my stop loss. It's particularly painful because it did deliver, and as I told you guys earlier, my entry was not the best. It was not an entry I would like, and let me show you why. Okay, this is the 4-hour fair value gap. My confirmation was only 15 minutes. So let's say if I got, okay, let's say adding spread, let's say my entry was around there, stop loss below the low, same stop loss, right, actually, and 1:2. Look at this, is even 1:2.4. So if say even 1:2.1, I would have gotten that. You get? So, and you know the funny thing, then the trade on TradingView, of course, that one hit. So I'm trading demo money. I'm a demo baller. Let me see if you no, I don't want to. So see it, I don't know. Okay, history. Yeah, it hit TP. So that would have been like the ideal trade, but let's just say, I don't know what to call it, impatience whatsoever, but I'm looking at the bright side of things, that is all the experience. It's all experience. Now I know that's for this one. Then the other trade we were in, now it's looking like it wants to go up. This is what happened. I remember I had entries here, and I had trailed my stop up to here. You understand? Because I needed to be risk free if I wanted to participate in another trade. It has its pros and cons, but I didn't want to expose myself to risk, too much risk, basically. So it was around here, and then the market just started storming down with a big black candle, you understand, and you see how that went. I got taken out, and then only for that big bearish candle to turn into this week, and it's likely now going to go all the way up. So what a week. Don't worry, you guys will see the trades for the week. This week has been chaotic, honestly. And how did I feel? I was really pissed. I was like, let me not say really pissed, but I was out of it, especially with this one, how this one went, because I was kind of like, okay, that looked good and it could work. It worked on the demo, but I didn't just take the right entry and I reached for too much. So, but I'm actually more hopeful. This week has been like the most hopeful week for me out of all the weeks. Why? Because out of all the trades, I think three. This is the third. Okay, the Euro card on today is the third. Three setups have gone well. Three setups are 8 TP. This one now. This one, I took a trade here on this one on demo too. This is what the trade looked like. There's a I don't know if you can see this. Is a 1 hour fair value gap here. So my entry was around there when price came into it, and stop loss below the swing low. 1 is to 2.1 actually, and it hit TP. It hit TP. So that could have been my trade too. And not like there's anything really wrong with this, but it's just a lot. Look at this, 666. It just had to be 666 pips. But yeah, stop loss 237 pips. So that's a lot, and I've always like wondered how to handle it, but now I have an idea. This is what I'll do next time when I'm posed with something like this. When I have these huge stop loss kind of trades, I will not trade it. I'll rather wait for. Besides, if this fair value gap is high probability, it will create another fair value gap. So I'll wait for it to create another one, like what it did here. And this one was like a lot better, a lot easier within the context. And I will just take it, and that's a lot better mentally. So I'm hopeful because realistically, I had 3 good trades, 3 good setups. I knew the draw on price, saw good entries, but I just did not. The first on GBP card, I closed it in favor of EU. EU did not work out. The UAD one yesterday, I've shown you how that could have been. The Euro card today, I've showed you what could have been. So it's just that. So in as much as the week was chaotic, and I've taken the most trades I've taken in a while. Like, this is the most number of trades I've taken in a while. I'm just going to clean up, just till we start afresh next week, new slate. And that being said, at the end of the week, here are the trades, and as I said, is a number of trades. It might be small for some of you guys, but for me, this is a lot. Like, it's been a while since I had this, and it was like a really experimental week for me. Really, really experimental, but I was like putting my pedal to the metal, whatever I want to call it. So we have to close that next week. Then the account is at we're at minus 4 points. Yeah, minus 4.4%. Minus 4.4%, and we can still do this. We'll still get back. So with how things are, I feel better about it. Thinking about it, it's not that big of a deal. Losses come, but it's just that these losses came due to errors and small things you get. So I could potentially be like with these last 2 trades, I would have been up maybe in a little profits for the week. So maybe like putting a lot of emphasis on that in my mind could have been what like led to a lot of this, you understand. So it happens. Catch you guys again next week, same time, same day. Peace.